It was the end of a dream for her, said Montreal's underground hyperpop grunge queen as she left the main stage on Canada's Drag Race Thursday night. But she promised she'll see us in our nightmares. I don't know what that means. Last night on episode 2, the first queen of the season was eliminated. SiSi Superstar is out, but the good news is we've got her right here, right now, just for you. Hey, you look fantastic today. You look wicked.
Thank
I love it.
you. Hi, everyone.
I was so disappointed that you were eliminated first because I thought that you had a lot of presence and originality and individuality, and I wanted to see more of you. So I'm sorry that you got the boot.
Some people get the boots, some people get the toots, and I'm not about that. I don't watch these kind of things. Like, I don't watch any review about anything that happened. I'm very like, I don't know. It is a competition, but I didn't win there. I feel in a competitive mindset. I just went there
Mm.
to put my feet in the door and show what CC's about.
Why do you think you were chosen for the show?
I think because I'm an original, I have a point of view. I have a different look, a different way of speaking, thinking. So I think they saw that in me for sure.
Yeah, I saw that in you. What did you expect Drag Race to be like, and how did it contrast with the experience it actually was?
I think every queen that goes on the show has their drag race fantasy of how it's gonna be and how it's gonna roll out, obviously. I was very surprised of like the scheduling and everything that implies, um all the BTS of the show was very interesting for me. And
How
compared to
so?
like what you see
How
when
so?
you see on TV, it's like fun and like it's all the challenge and but it's like we're working.
And tell us a bit more about that. Like how hard do you end up working in the show compared to what we see, which, as you say, looks kind of like fun and quick and easy.
It's like very long days. Like people don't understand that like drag is a very like uncomfortable sport. It's like we have to be cinched, we have to have heels, like we have like earrings, lashes, like name it, like nails. Like after like a good day of filming, you're like worn out for sure.
It seemed to me, and I think one of the other contestants said this too, that your personality is a big personality, and you weren't necessarily letting it all out, or if you were, it wasn't translating very well. And I sometimes think that people with big personalities, if they get in their heads, they don't let that personality out. They hold themselves back, they rein it in. Do you think this happened to
Yeah.
you?
I don't think so. I think I'm a very vocal person. I've said so many crazy stuff when I was there. I took every single opportunity to make it a moment. And I think if it didn't translate, it was not on my part. Yeah.
Would you have done anything differently?
Yes and no. Like, I don't want to look backwards. I'm trying to look
For you?
forwards. Like, I would do stuff differently if I would happen to go back. But what has been done has been done. And I'm really proud of myself
You
for what
should be
I've
proud of
done. So,
yourself. Would
yeah.
you wear shoes on the main stage?
I don't think so because people are talking about it so much right now. I needed to do stuff that people are going to talk about because, like I knew that maybe I would not get my drag fantasy. And if you're not going to give it to me, I'll do something really crazy so everyone talks about it and I'm not forgotten. So that was
Was
one
it
of the things.
was it easy, or was it hard to watch this whole thing play out several months later after you finished taping on TV for the whole nation to see, or the whole world to see, really?
I think I have a very like visual kind of mind. I feel like I've already seen the episode before seeing it. And I kind of know also like I've watched I don't know how many seasons of the show. I kind of knew what they would go for or not go for. So I think they did a good job editing actually. I think they obviously could have put more CC iconic moments, but it is what it is.
Who do you think is going to take the crown next this season?
Who knows? Who cares? I'm not watching the rest of the season. I'm
Oh, really, you're
joking.
not?
I am gonna watch, of course. Like these are my girls. I'm just like kidding.
You
But
talk
yeah,
you talked about the amazing opportunity this was when you were saying your goodbyes. What did you learn from the
yes.
experience?
Just like work ethic and like I learned so much just in terms of like my drag is so like I usually wear like leather jacket and fishnets and like I give it a go, but I had to very like sit down and be like, what is the 2.0 version of myself? What is like
Mm,
the elevated version of myself that I want to show? And I'm so used to work for myself, and I don't really have. I've reached a point in the scene in Montreal that I didn't have like a big challenge for me. So I was like, it's time to like bring a challenge, and I knew that it would be a challenge for me to go because we're all like, um, we're all kind of in a format, and we're all um kind of there playing by like not only my rules but the rules of the show
mm.
and everything. So it was like being back to school or being back to like working and selling yourself and whatsoever, which I haven't done for a while. So that was a big challenge for me for sure.
What's your advice to girls who are watching this who want to come on the show? What would you tell them?
Like don't edit yourself too much and don't water yourself down, because what they're looking for ultimately, like there's already people who are going to work to edit you and yourself, so just give the fully on top of yourself and speak loud, speak clear, be authentic, don't be scared to be dramatic. They love the drama. So that's my advice.
What's the difference between the realness of the show and the reality of the show for you?
I think it's
Where does
like
it intersect?
reality TV is not really like that much of reality. It's very like they play off what it's happening, right? So it's like, I don't know, like reality for me is a little more about like community out of the show. It's like you have like this whole like community aspect. Even yesterday, I was doing a viewing party in Toronto, and I feel like in real life, like the realness of like doing drag in the bars and in the club and having your community behind you is so powerful. But like on the show, we had each other, but it was very like in restrictive context, if I might say. So
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Do you think, given that this is the ninth millionth iteration of the franchise, that girls coming out of the show now know how to play the game better than ever, know that
yeah,
social media is a big component that you've got to have going for you, know how to produce themselves so they're not the villain, know how to produce themselves so
yeah,
they don't get hit hard on social media? Do you think that the game has changed that way?
absolutely. I think, I think at this point, what I intended to do with this season of Drag Race, I really wanted to bring back like originality and just like being yourself and like being celebrated for being yourself. Like I didn't want to say the same catchphrase that everyone said for like the past 10 season. I really wanted to be an original, and I don't know if it was something that was celebrated or not in this context of like this season, but I feel like no matter what, it kind of came through in glimpses for SiSi, and I feel like people who recognize these kind of little details are gonna recognize. So
I
the girls who
recognize
gets it
them.
gets
Yeah, I think you made a
it.
big impact in a short time period. Again, I'm
Thank
sorry to
you.
see you go. I would love to have seen more of you, but I wish you all the best. And I know you're going to do really well. Thanks so much for your time, CC.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.